I died so many years ago. You can make me feel like it isn't so.
Hey guys, today is Tuesday, January 18th. Well, it's almost the 18th. It's actually about 11:30 on Monday night. But the last 2 weeks I've been late with my Talk to Me Tuesday video, so I figured I would need to do one on time and not be late again. So I decided to record it tonight, and so I would have it up by tomorrow. I do have a couple of things to talk about. First, you might have been able to see it, but I got my gift from my uncle for Christmas a little bit late, and they were really awesome things, and so I thought I would show them off just because I know there's fellow Doctor Who fans that watch the videos. One of them is an adipose baby stress toy, and he's awesome, but I don't like taking him out of the box because he's got a weird texture to him, and so he might collect dust and everything like that. But there's him, and his hand is actually kind of squished. I should fix that. And then a Dalek, and not just a Dalek. This is a Dalek, but it's also a bubble bath, and it's actually a really cool bubble bath, and I probably won't ever use it, but yay! And then let me move this into the frame a little bit. Okay, so I did want to talk about the Project of Doom for HP paper piecing. I have not started yet. I did go today to a local quilt shop and finally was able to pick out my fabric. And I'm not a big fan of beige or, sort of neutral colored fabric, but I found one that I actually do like a lot. And so it's just like a sort of a medium beige with some dots on it, and I guess you can't really see it, but it's pretty cool. And I'm going to be starting soon, and the reason I haven't made it, haven't made the first block yet is because I'm still sort of trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do. Because if you've seen them, then you know they're going to be it's like going to be an awesomely magical bookshelf. But I don't know how I'm going to do the books. I obviously want to have titles on the books, but I'm trying to decide, do I want to do machine embroidered titles? Do I want to do hand embroidered titles? Like, how do I want to do these titles? And I have no idea, and so I'm waiting until, I guess, the next week's block, or rather this week's block, so I can see, and I don't know how I want to do my titles, so I don't want to start making the blocks without having an idea in place for the entire quilt. So that's probably what I'm going to be deciding within the next couple of days, so by next week I should have both weeks 1 and 2 to show off. But I did get my fabric. Okay, and my final thing, and sorry about that little cutoff right there, my final thing is the piece for the Fat Quarter Music Swap. Last week I showed off the I Whip My Hair Back and Forth, which is what I was going to send out, but then got an even better idea when my partner said that he likes Buffy, and so I decided that I wanted to go with his Buffy. He likes Buffy, and so I'm like, yes, that's great. So I jumped on that and did a quote from a little bit of a lyrics from Spike's song, Rest in Peace, from the Once More with Feeling musical episode. And so it's a little gravy. First, okay, we have the lyrics right there, and then we have this dug up grave with like a broken headstone, and then a tiny little bunch of little headstones there. And it was really cool because my brother does a lot of pixel art, and he does like giant scale pixel art. And with cross stitch you really can't do a giant scene, but you can do small scenes. So I asked him if he would make a couple of grave markers for me, and so he made those, and I stitched them up, and I framed the piece, and now it's all ready to send out. And I'm not as happy with this as I thought I would be. I don't know why, but my spacing is just kind of weird on the text. I think the text should have been, I don't know, maybe a little more spaced out between the sentences, just so it would be a little more even in my mind. But I do like it overall, and I really love the cracked up grave. And there's some better pictures, so you'll be able to see it a little bit better at the end. Okay, and I did forget this before, and so I'm recording after the fact, after I just watched it and realized I forgot to talk about it. Courtney, aka Court for Short or Torn Portfolio, she's done Talk to Me Tuesdays in the past, and she is a friend of mine on the internet, and she's doing a project much like Mark Reed's Harry Potter, Mark Reed's The Hunger Games, Mark reads and watches, that sort of thing. She's doing something similar, but with Buffy, and I did want to talk about it because I showed off this Buffy cross stitch. So if you go to It's on My Vamp Fiction, I think. There is a link down below that you can check it out. And so she's doing a blog of each episode, so if you're going to watch it for the first time, or if you like reliving the show, you can read her blog. And kind of a sad thing, earlier today, I decided, oh no, I'm finally going to get started working on my Deathly Hallows cross stitch again. And the last time I worked on it was probably about 3 months ago. The end of October, about 3 months ago, is when I put it away so I could work on some other projects. Well, today I decided I'd get it out and I'd start working on it again. And so I worked on it. I did probably about 30, 40, maybe around 50 stitches I did today. And then realized that I needed to make it up to the quilt store because, you know, I work from 7 to 6, so I don't really have a chance to do it on days, like on normal weekdays. So I went out to the quilt shop, and when I came back, my sister's dog had like run on the cross stitch. He knocked it over and ran on it, and so it was covered with dirt. And so I posted a picture to Tumblr earlier, which will be at the end, and I, used some spray and wash, but I didn't manage to get everything out, and it actually looks a lot better on here, so that's really good. But there's, some dirt spots and some other things that hopefully I'll be covering up with stitches, and, maybe it will all turn out nice and good at the end. But it's just one of those things where you just like, okay, I'm just going to run to the store for 20 minutes, and then it's kind of messed up. But this is sort of as a note that I'm going to be returning to working on this. Starting tomorrow after work, I will start working on this again. And actually tomorrow after work, I think I'm going to try and get caught up on Talk to Me Tuesday videos. So yay! But that is all, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
But I can see you're unimpressed, so leave me be and let me rest in peace. Let me get some sleep. Let me take my love and bury it in a hole 6 foot deep. I can lay my...
Arg.